Yoruba nation to protest at British Parliament over Sunday Igboho. Yoruba nation protesters are set to protest at the British Parliament in London against the raid on Sunday Igboho's home on the 1st of July 2021. It will be recalled that the DSS raided Igboho's home, killing 2 people and recovering several arms and ammunition, bloody charms and various communication devices. According to Igboho's spokesman Oluyomi Koiki, the agitators will gather at the Parliament Square in London on the 21st of July. He stated, on the 1st of July was an assassination attempt on the life of Chief Sunday Igboho. The DSS with the Nigerian army and French-speaking mercenaries came around 1:30 a.m. without a search warrant and kept firing for more than 2 hours. But then they claimed that there was a gun duel. I'm like, excuse me. If Black Lives Matter, why is the world quiet when it comes to Yorubas? The government has refused to allow those in custody of the DSS access to their lawyers because orders from above won't allow it. You say Black Lives Matter, listen, yeah, honestly, we're talking Western countries that do have a history with black nations where they have robbed, they have mistreated, they have terrorized a lot of black nations that actually have actually benefited to the wealth that they have today. You know what I mean? So with the black people that are there, it's a different situation because then they can just die for their own skin color, which is a whole madness. But then, being honest with the way the world just sees Africans in general, yeah, if the leaders do not respect themselves and do not get over some weird inferiority complex that they might have or they might not have, I'm not even worried about that. But really and truly, say Black Lives Matter, listen, that may not even reach Africa until the leaders start to grow up and be like, you know what, we're going to liberate our own people, especially financially. So yeah, I understand the Black Lives Matter argument, but it don't really work for Africans because, to be honest, it's the leaders that have to change that and change the narrative. So he continues and says, are we going to continue like this when we say enough is enough? Chief Sunday Igboho is not a criminal. The government has refused to find out the locations of bandits and Boko Haram killings of thousands of Nigerians daily. Next week, join protest in London, 21st July 2021, in front of the Parliament. Hashtag I stand with Sunday Igboho. Okay, I mean, I guess that's going to be good. By that time, in the UK, they should have eased most of the lockdown restrictions, especially because of COVID, of course. And then I guess this is actually likely to happen, and I guess that's a good thing. Because again, I guess Yorubas in the diaspora have to take the advantage and use the fact that they can actually protest for their own people outside their own country, and they'd be more likely to be safe and return home safely than actual Nigerians, Yoruba Nigerians that are in Nigeria, and it's more of a risk for them. They have to start thinking, can I do this, can I do that, where their human rights will be violated, and you know what, nothing will happen. So I really think that diasporans, African diasporans, and that come from different tribes. Of course, Africa is very much diverse, but in this case, with Yoruba diasporans, it's the best thing. They've got to maximize their benefits wherever they are in this world and just use it to make sure that their voices are heard. So I think this is very much efficient. I think depending on how much, I think there are a lot. There are definitely a lot of Yorubas in the UK. A lot of Yorubas did migrate in almost like late 1970s, 80s, even from 1960s, even before that as well. But that era, the 1960s, 70s, 80s, yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of movement, especially about people from Nigeria to the UK. So yeah, I do genuinely think that people may actually pull up for that. But you must also remember that COVID still exists, so be safe. Someone else says, there is nothing like Yoruba nation, but those who are opposed to Jagaban ambition, hiding to the project, God will punish them and Buhari will bury them. Idiots. What? Can someone please explain this? There is nothing like Yoruba nation, but those who are opposed to Jagaban ambition, Jagaban has an ambition. I mean, he hasn't said anything about being president. Again, I'm saying Jagaban in this case being Tinubu. So can someone just please elaborate what that person could have meant? Someone said Sunday Igboho is a wanted fugitive. Stop hiding him. The British cannot help you destabilize Nigeria, as they did not help Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, but I think they've already helped in destabilization enough. Not gonna lie, so I don't think we need their help extra anymore. But I think that with the destabilization that they have done, it is not far-fetched for Nigerians to have a sense of entitlement to demand or even request that they pull up in certain situations, and it is what it is. Someone here says, every single ethnic group in Nigeria should go to the British Parliament and every international organization protest the atrocities being committed by this evil Nigeria. Listen, if you don't respect yourself, it's highly unlikely that other people will respect you. Our leaders do not carry themselves with pride. Our leaders are just incompetent. Our leaders are... I would say that sometimes with the way some things just happen in terms of world politics, I'm like, they sort of show a little bit of inferiority complex. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. And they don't really put us in a good light at all. At all. Especially with the decisions they make. Not saying international decisions, just decisions in-house. Like, we're talking decisions for their own people. A lot of even African presidents, like the lack of shame that they have to go around the world, say I'm a president, but then you look at the state of their nation and you're just like, huh? You're a bit confused, because just like, okay, we get it, you have the money. Well, technically, even the value of the money that you're stealing is not even up to world standard. I mean, can we actually talk about that? So again, I think all this, it will not happen. All the calling for international help is not going to happen until we help ourselves. Because really and truly, the world is very selfish, and the world does not owe us understanding. So the world can as well just turn their face and be like, wagwan. I mean, not even wagwan, just look away. And that is their business. But in terms of getting that respect and making them actually value us, we don't value ourselves. And that starts with what we let happen, with what we let slide. Because then what we let slide and what we let happen that we don't like, we enable such behavior to continue. So for example, let's say Buhari does something, for example, like for Issa Pantami. Let's talk about Issa Pantami. That whole shenanigan, it's like that whole situation itself, just, I think it's a reflection of how dead our system is. So yeah, I am very happy that Yoruba diasporans are wanting to, go to parliament and do all that. I get that. However, the change has to start from within, where we start to respect ourselves first.